Life has a rhythm, a divine timing that moves beyond our control. The things you long for, the love, the success, the opportunities, are not delayed because you are unworthy. They are simply aligning for the perfect moment. What is meant for you will never pass you by. Trusting the divine timing of life is one of the most powerful acts of faith you can practice. In a world that constantly pushes us to move faster, to chase, to hustle without rest, it feels counterintuitive to simply trust and allow. Yet, when we release the grip of control and surrender to the natural flow, we enter into harmony with something far greater than ourselves. Life is not happening against you, it is unfolding for you in perfect order. Everything you have ever dreamed of, every desire that burns within your heart has its own appointed hour. And that hour is never late, never early, but always right on time. There is a universal intelligence that governs all things. It knows when the flowers should bloom and when the tides should rise. It knows when the sun should set and when the rain should fall. This same intelligence orchestrates the timing of your life. If nature does not rush, why should you? The oak tree does not force its acorn to become a tree overnight. It grows steadily, season by season, until its full strength emerges. You too are like that tree. Your life unfolds in stages, and each stage has meaning, even when it feels slow or uncertain. Many times we believe that if something hasn't happened yet, it means we are being punished or that we are doing something wrong. But the truth is, these delays are not denials. They are preparation. They are the universe's way of saying, I am making sure this gift is perfect for you. Think about the times in your life when something didn't work out the way you wanted, only to realize later that it was a blessing in disguise. How many times did life redirect you from something that wasn't right for you? That same wisdom is at work right now, guiding every step of your journey. When we try to force timing, we create tension and resistance. We think we know best. We want it now because we believe our happiness depends on it. But have you noticed that even when we get what we want too soon, we often don't appreciate it or know how to handle it? Timing is a form of protection. It ensures that when the right door opens, you are strong enough to walk through it and wise enough to keep it open. The wait is shaping you, polishing you, and preparing you for the life you asked for. The things you desire, love, abundance, success, peace, are not just about getting them. They are about becoming the person who can sustain them. This is why trusting divine timing is an act of love toward yourself. It says, I trust that everything is happening for my highest good. It removes the need for anxiety, for sleepless nights, for endless questions of when and how. Instead, it allows you to rest in the knowing that what is meant for you will always find you, no matter how long it takes or how far it seems right now. You cannot miss what is truly yours. The universe will move mountains, shift paths, and rearrange circumstances to bring it into your life. So today, take a deep breath and let go of the timeline you've been clinging to. Let go of the belief that you are behind, that you've missed your chance, that it's too late for you. Life is not in a hurry, and neither should you be. Every delay has a purpose. Every closed door is pointing you towards something better. The right time is coming, not when you're desperate, not when you're forcing, but when you're ready. And you are becoming ready with every experience, every lesson, and every moment of trust. Say to yourself, I choose to trust the timing of my life. I know that everything I desire is on its way to me in the most perfect and miraculous way. I release the need to rush. I allow. I receive. This is not just a statement. It is a vibration. It sends a signal to life that you are open, that you are ready to receive without fear. And when you do this, the universe responds. It always does. Trust that the pieces are coming together even when you cannot see them yet. One day, very soon, you will look back and realize that everything happened exactly when it was supposed to. And in that moment, you will understand why you had to wait, and you will be grateful for every second of it. Releasing the urge to rush is one of the most liberating choices you can make in your life. We live in a world that glorifies speed, that teaches us to measure our worth by how quickly we achieve, how fast we climb, and how soon we arrive. But when you constantly rush, you miss the beauty of the present moment. You rob yourself of peace, joy, and even clarity. The truth is, rushing doesn't bring your blessings any faster. It only drains your energy and clouds your vision. There is a natural flow to life, a rhythm that cannot be forced. When you plant a seed in the soil, you cannot dig it up every day to see if it has grown. You water it, you nurture it, and you trust that in time it will sprout. The same principle applies to your dreams. They require patience, faith, and trust. If you rush the process, you interfere with the growth that needs to happen beneath the surface. The roots of your future are being formed right now in ways you cannot see. Just because nothing seems to be happening on the outside doesn't mean progress isn't happening within. Why do we rush? Often it's because we fear being left behind. We compare our journey to others and believe we are late, as if life is a race. But life is not a competition. It is a personal path that unfolds differently for everyone. The timeline you think you need to follow is an illusion. There is no behind when it comes to your destiny. You are right where you are supposed to be. Everything you need will meet you at the right time, and rushing will not bring it any sooner. In fact, rushing often pushes things away because it is rooted in lack, fear, and impatience. When you feel desperate, you send a message that says, "I don't have enough, I am not enough, I am afraid I'll never get what I want." That energy repels the very things you seek. When you release the urge to rush, you shift into a state of trust and abundance. You begin to say, "I know what I want is already mine. I don't need to chase it because it is drawn to me." This mindset brings peace, and peace is magnetic. It attracts clarity, opportunities, and the right people at the right time. You start noticing doors opening effortlessly because you are no longer banging on doors that aren't meant for you. You are allowing life to guide you instead of forcing your way through. Letting go of rushing doesn't mean you stop working toward your goals. It means you work with grace instead of fear. You take inspired action instead of desperate action. There is a difference between moving forward and running frantically. Moving forward feels light, joyful, and intentional. Rushing feels heavy, stressful, and chaotic. Which energy do you want to live in? Which energy do you think creates better results? Every time you feel the urge to hurry, pause and breathe. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Why do I feel like I need this now? Most often the answer is fear. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of missing out. But none of those fears are true. The universe is not withholding anything from you. It is aligning everything for your highest good. Sometimes that alignment takes time because the pieces are still coming together. Sometimes you are still being prepared for what you've asked for. Trust that the timing is perfect, even if you can't see why right now. Patience is not punishment. It is protection. It is the grace that makes sure when your blessings come, you are ready to hold them, appreciate them, and keep them. How many times have you received something too soon and lost it because you weren't prepared? Life wants to avoid that for you. That is why you are asked to wait. Not because you're unworthy, but because what's coming is too valuable to arrive before you're ready. Today, make the decision to release the urge to rush. Affirm to yourself, I am safe in the timing of my life. I do not need to hurry because what is mine is on its way. I choose peace over pressure. I allow my blessings to come with ease. When you speak these words and believe them, you shift your energy from force to flow. And when you live in flow, life feels lighter. Opportunities find you without struggle. Love appears when you least expect it. Abundance grows naturally. Everything falls into place. Not because you pushed, but because you trusted. Let go of the clock. Let go of the comparisons. Let go of the fear that you are running out of time. You are not late. You are not behind. You are moving at the exact pace you need to fulfill your purpose. When you stop rushing, you start living. And when you start living in trust, everything you desire begins to find you, always at the right time. When you desire something deeply, it's easy to slip into the habit of waiting. Waiting for the right person, the right job, the right opportunity. Waiting for life to finally feel complete. But here's the truth, waiting keeps you stuck. It puts your power in the future instead of the present. The life you want doesn't appear because you wait for it. It appears because you become the person who is ready for it. The focus should never be on waiting for change, but on becoming the change. Think about a gardener. If they simply sat and waited for flowers to bloom without planting seeds, nurturing the soil, or watering the ground, nothing would grow. The same is true for your dreams. You cannot just sit in expectation and hope everything falls into your lap. The question is not, when will it happen? But who am I becoming as I prepare for it? Every dream requires a version of you that matches its vibration. Love requires a loving, wholehearted you. Wealth requires an abundant, confident you. Success requires a disciplined and focused you. Life is not withholding these things from you. It is giving you time to rise into alignment with them. When you focus on becoming, you stop feeling powerless. You realize you have control, not over the timing, but over the person you choose to be right now. The waiting season is not punishment, it is preparation. It is your opportunity to learn, grow, and strengthen yourself so that when your blessings arrive, you can hold them, enjoy them, and sustain them. Many people think receiving is the goal, but the truth is maintaining what you've received requires even more strength. That strength is built in the becoming process. Ask yourself, what kind of person is living the life I desire? How do they think? How do they behave? What habits do they have? If you dream of financial freedom, are you managing what you have now with care? If you want a loving partner, are you showing yourself the love you expect from someone else? If you crave peace, are you cultivating peace in your own heart before asking life to give it to you? Becoming is an inside-out process. You create the internal conditions first, and the external results follow naturally. Too often people say, when I have what I want, I'll feel happy and fulfilled. But the opposite is true. You must feel happy and fulfilled now to attract what you want. You don't wait for confidence to show up after success. You build confidence first, and success responds. You don't wait for the perfect relationship to feel loved. You choose to love yourself now, and then the right relationship flows into your life. Waiting places your power outside of you. Becoming reminds you that the power has always been within. There is something magical that happens when you shift from waiting to becoming. You stop obsessing over the clock. You stop asking, how much longer? And instead say, what can I do today to grow? You begin to see every challenge as preparation, every delay as a gift, and every day as an opportunity to rise into the best version of yourself. You start enjoying the process because you understand this truth. The journey shapes you for the destination. Without the journey, the destination would feel empty. So, what does becoming look like in your life? It means taking care of your mind and body, because health gives you the energy to live your dreams. It means letting go of toxic habits and toxic relationships that drain your power. It means learning skills, reading books, investing in your growth, and practicing gratitude every single day. These are not small acts. They are signals to the universe that you are ready. That readiness attracts more opportunities than waiting ever will. You are not meant to sit on the sidelines of your life, waiting for things to get better. You are meant to rise and create, to shape, to become. Stop saying, "I'll be happy when," and start saying, "I am becoming the person who deserves happiness now." The shift may feel subtle, but it changes everything. When you live in the energy of becoming, you radiate confidence, strength, and hope. People feel it. Opportunities feel it. The universe feels it. And before you know it, the very things you once waited for are drawn to you, not because you chased them, but because you match their frequency. Repeat this to yourself. I am not waiting, becoming. Every day, I grow stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the life I desire. My dreams are already on their way, and I am preparing to receive them with grace. Let these words guide you every time you feel stuck or impatient. Because the truth is, you are never just waiting, you are always becoming. And that process, as slow as it may feel, is the very thing that turns your dreams into reality. One of the greatest thieves of peace and joy is comparison. When you compare your life to someone else's, you shift your focus from your own path to theirs. And in that moment, you forget your uniqueness. You forget that your journey has its own timing, its own lessons, and its own beauty. Comparison whispers that you are behind, that you are not enough, that someone else is winning while you are losing. But life is not a race. It is not a competition. It is a personal, sacred journey, and no two paths can ever be the same. Every person you admire, every success story you see, has its own unseen struggles and private battles. You only see the highlight reel, never the full story. Yet, we compare our behind the scenes to someone else's peak moment and wonder why we feel inadequate. When you do this, you set yourself up for frustration because you're measuring your worth against an illusion. You have no idea what it took for them to get there, or what challenges they are still facing. What looks like overnight success often took years of effort and countless setbacks. The truth is, there is no shortcut to where you want to go, but there is a guaranteed path, and it begins with focusing on your own growth. Comparison creates impatience. It makes you feel like you're running out of time, like you need to rush to catch up. But the reality is, you are not behind, you are not late. You are on your perfect timeline. Everything you've experienced, every challenge, delay, every unexpected turn, has shaped you into the person you are becoming. If your blessing hasn't arrived yet, it's because the right doors are still being aligned, or because you are still being prepared to hold what you asked for. Rushing to match someone else's pace will only lead to exhaustion and mistakes. Your story is not supposed to look like theirs, and theirs is not supposed to look like yours. When you stop comparing, you reclaim your energy. You stop wasting time wishing for someone else's life and start creating your own. You begin to see the gifts in your current season, the opportunities for growth, the lessons that will serve you later, the beauty in becoming who you are meant to be. Instead of asking, "Why not me?" you begin to ask, "What can I learn? How can I grow? What is this season trying to teach me?" That shift in focus is powerful because it takes you out of lack and into abundance. It reminds you that your life is not measured by how fast you arrive, but by how deeply you live along the way. There is something extraordinary about your path that no one else can replicate. Your challenges have shaped a strength in you that others might never understand. Your victories will come in ways that fit your soul perfectly. When you compare, you rob yourself of that uniqueness. You tell yourself that you should be somewhere else, doing something else, when in truth, you are exactly where you need to be. Every step is a step forward, even if it feels small. Progress is not always visible, but it is always happening when you stay committed to your growth. Think about this. A flower never looks at the one next to it and says, "I should bloom faster." It simply blooms when it's ready. The garden is beautiful because each flower blooms in its own time. You are that flower. Your season is coming. Trust it. Instead of staring at someone else's blossom, water your own soil. Invest in your mind. Take care of your body. Practice gratitude for what you have. Build habits that move you toward your goals. Every day you do this, you are preparing for your own moment to shine. One comparison creeps in, and it will. Remind yourself that what is meant for you cannot be taken by anyone else. No one can live your purpose. No one can block your blessing. Life is abundant, and there is more than enough for everyone. Someone else's success is not your failure. Their victory does not mean your defeat. It simply means that what is possible for them is also possible for you in your time. So, release the need to measure your progress against anyone else's. You are not them, and you were never meant to be. Your worth is not defined by achievements or timelines. Your value is inherent, and your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Say to yourself, "I choose to celebrate my progress. I honor my path. I trust that my timing is perfect." Let these words guide you every time comparison tries to steal your peace. Because when you stop comparing and start living your truth, life becomes lighter, freer, and so much more beautiful. What you seek is not out of reach, and it is certainly not running away from you. It is moving towards you even now in ways you cannot always see. The desires that live within your heart are not random wishes. They are signals of what is already possible for you. They are whispers from your higher self, reminders of the life you are meant to create. When you truly understand this, you stop chasing and start allowing. You stop doubting and start trusting. Because if something is calling to your soul, it is because that something also exists and is making its way toward you. Life operates in harmony, and energy responds to energy. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions send out a signal to the universe, and the universe responds. When you hold a desire with faith and gratitude, you create an invisible bridge between you and that desire. You magnetize it. You call it forth, not through desperation, but through alignment. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you adjust to the right frequency, the music comes in clear. Your dreams have a frequency, and when you match it, they appear effortlessly. So often, we believe we have to work endlessly and push through every obstacle to make our dreams happen. But the truth is, what belongs to you doesn't require struggle. It requires alignment. It requires you to believe, to stay open, and to take inspired action. There is a difference between chasing and attracting. Chasing comes from fear, the fear that if you don't run after it, you'll lose it. Attracting comes from trust, the knowing that what you seek is already yours and is on its way. Think about the things you have now that you once prayed for. At the time they felt distant. You may have wondered if they would ever come, and yet, here they are. That is proof that what you desire can find you. The same force that brought those blessings into your life is still at work, arranging people, circumstances, and opportunities to bring you what you need next. You are not alone in this process. Life is always conspiring in your favor, even when you can't see it. The key is to stop living in resistance. Resistance sounds like doubt, fear, and impatience. It shows up when you say, "Why isn't it here yet?" Maybe it's never going to happen. Those thoughts close the door to the very things you want. Instead, choose to believe that every delay has a purpose. Every no is leading you closer to the right yes, and every challenge is shaping you for what's coming. What you seek is not just about getting something, it's about becoming someone. And as you become that person, what you seek draws nearer and nearer. Imagine your dream as a destination. If you were on a journey to a beautiful city, you wouldn't sit in the car and say, "I'll never get there. This road is pointless." You would keep driving because you know the city exists, even if you can't see it yet. You trust the map. In life, your faith is the map. It is what keeps you moving forward when the road feels long. It reminds you that the unseen destination is real, even if it hasn't come into view yet. What you seek is also seeking you because desire works both ways. When you long for something deeply, you are a match for it on some level. It longs to express itself through you. Love wants to love through you. Abundance wants to flow through you. Purpose wants to live through you. These things are not outside of you. They are within you, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Your job is to stay open, stay ready, and stay aligned. So how do you align? By focusing on gratitude for what you already have. By speaking life over your dreams instead of speaking fear. By acting as if what you desire is already on its way, because in truth it is. Every time you doubt, you push it away. Every time you trust, you pull it closer. The power has always been in your mindset and your energy. The more you believe that what you seek is seeking you, the faster it finds you. Repeat this truth to yourself. Everything I desire is moving toward me now. I do not need to chase or force. I allow, I trust. I receive. Let these words become your daily mantra, because when you live in this energy of trust and expectancy, life begins to surprise you with blessings you didn't even know were possible. The doors open. The opportunities appear. The people you need cross your path, not by accident, but by alignment. And one day, you will look back and realize that everything you sought was always seeking you too, and it found you at the perfect time. Delays often feel like punishment. When something you deeply want seems to take forever, it's easy to wonder if life is against you, if you're doing something wrong, or if you're simply unlucky. But the truth is, delays are not denials. They are often the greatest gifts you will ever receive, even though they don't feel that way at first. A delay is life saying, "Not yet," not because you can't have it, but because it's not ready or you're not ready. That space between wanting and receiving is sacred, because it is where preparation happens. And preparation is what turns blessings into lasting success. Think about a beautiful home being built. Before the walls can go up, the foundation must be laid deep and strong. If the builder rushes through that process, the entire house will collapse under pressure later. The same is true for your dreams. A strong foundation ensures that when what you desire arrives, it can stay. If you were given everything you want right now, without the strength, wisdom, and stability to hold it, it might break you instead of bless you. The delay is not withholding. It's fortifying you. It's shaping your character, sharpening your skills, and strengthening your heart so that when your moment comes, you can handle it with grace. We live in a world obsessed with instant gratification. We want results now. We want answers now. We want breakthroughs now. But the most meaningful things in life take time. Love takes time. Success takes time. Healing takes time. A tree does not bear fruit the day it is planted, and rushing the process won't make it grow faster. It will only harm it. Your life works the same way. Every day of waiting is part of the growth. Every moment of delay is teaching you patience, resilience, and trust. These are qualities you cannot develop when everything comes easily. They are forged in the quiet, unseen moments of waiting. Delays also protect you from what isn't meant for you. Sometimes the reason something hasn't happened yet is because life is clearing the wrong people and the wrong opportunities out of your path. Imagine if you had received your dream job at a company that later collapsed, or entered a relationship that seemed perfect but would have broken your heart beyond repair. The delay kept you safe, even if you didn't know it. Life sees the bigger picture. It knows what you can't see, and that's why trust is so important. Trust says, even when I don't understand, I believe this is for my highest good. Another gift hidden in delays is self-discovery. When you're waiting, you have time to look inward. You start asking yourself, who am I becoming? What do I truly want? Am I ready for what I'm asking for? These questions lead to growth. They lead to breakthroughs that go far beyond material results. The waiting season is where you learn who you are when nothing seems to be happening. It's where you develop faith that isn't based on circumstances, but on inner knowing. That kind of faith will carry you through every season of life, long after the current desire has been fulfilled. Instead of resenting the delay, begin to bless it. See it as an opportunity, not an obstacle. Ask yourself, what can I do during this time to prepare for what's coming? Use the delay to build new skills, improve your health, strengthen your mindset, deepen your relationships, and create habits that align with the life you want. This is not wasted time, it is invested time. It is planting seeds for a harvest that will be worth the wait. One day you will look back and realize why the timing had to be the way it was. You will see that if it had happened earlier, you wouldn't have been ready, or it wouldn't have been right. You'll thank life for every delay, because it led you to something better than you imagined. The pain of waiting will turn into gratitude, because you'll understand that every closed door and every not yet was guiding you to the perfect place. Say this to yourself often. I trust the timing of my life. I believe the delay is not a punishment, but a preparation. Everything I desire is making its way to me in the most beautiful and perfect way. Let these words become your truth, because when you shift your perspective and see the delay as a gift, you stop feeling anxious and start feeling empowered. You move from frustration to faith, from impatience to peace, and that energy, calm, trusting, open, draws your blessings closer than ever before. The delay is not holding you back. It is setting you up for something extraordinary. When it finally arrives, you'll understand that the wait was worth every single moment.